Good morning. My name is Siti Divanti, and I'm here as the Prime Minister or the first speaker for the government team. And then my partner will be Eliezer Elbert as the Deputy Prime Minister or the second speaker. Before I put forward my case today, I would like to define today's motions. So today's motion is this House, as a first-generation immigrants, parents or of color in predominantly white country, would choose to live and raise their children in the ethnic enclaves. So the terms of first-generation immigrants refers to an immigrant, a foreign-born resident who has relocated and become a citizen or permanent resident in a new country. Based on the Oxford Reference, ethnic enclaves is a neighborhood or a larger territory whose population is largely ethnically distinguished from the surrounding area and its inhabitants. Example like Chinatown or Jewish quarters that commonly that we can see located in several cities and also in some western cities. There are 2 points that I would like to highlight today to strengthen our positions as the government team. The additional informations and the data, also the arguments, will be presented next by my partner on the second speaker. So the first point is why immigrants came to the white country. I would like to begin my speech by giving a reasons why immigrants they choose to migrate from their country. So as we know, many people leave their countries in order to look for economic opportunities not in another country. So we know the slogan of American Dream is the most famous slogan. It's one of the reasons and it's enlightened the spirit of many people from the entire world, like from the Asian or from the African, to then come to some white countries such as United States. So from the survey of the World Economic Forum in 2019, United States have the most immigrants with 15.1% of their populations, and that 15.1% of the populations of immigrants make them as the most country the country with the most immigrants populations. So the main country that immigrants may look for to migrate for is of course United States. They see that there is a new opportunity for a better living and for a better life and a better living for their children. They see that if they migrate from their country, there is still a hope that their children will bring success for the family. They know that if they just stay at their home country, they will not have that huge opportunities in order if they migrate. So they choose to migrate to some countries, and the most popular country is of course United States of America. So on to the next point is the economic reason why first generation immigrants choose to live in ethnic enclaves. So I will define the economic reasons, and the cultural reasons and also the social reasons will be presented by my partner. We, both of us, strongly believe that the first generation immigrants, parents of color in predominantly white country, will choose to live and raise their children in ethnic enclaves. The main reason is of course the economic reason, as we know that is also the reason why they start to migrate, but that is also the reason why they have such a burden in the migrate country. So the enclaves often form naturally, and they offer a lower cost of gathering information for newly arrived immigrants. As we know that the standard living for the immigrants from their home country, for example in China, and then the living cost in the United States is of course different and even higher from their home country. It makes them kind of hard to adapt in economic way, so that these ethnic enclaves help them to adapt and to give more lower cost of like living and also informations, and that really helps immigrants to adapt and to gather along and to become a succeed immigrant. These immigrants benefit economically and culturally, and these benefits are often perceived as outweighing the potential cost of enclave life. Most of immigrants, when they migrate, they do not have that certain level of skills. As I say today, that the levels of skill needed on their home country and to their migrate country is of course different. The local people in United States, we can say that they have the certain level of standard skills that different from the immigrants country, and that make the immigrants hard to get some job and to jump into the labor market. Based on the article written by the Simon Scholar from the IFO Institute in Germany, she stated that higher earnings are driven principally by enclave quality immigrants benefit financially from high quality enclaves such as well. And in terms of employment opportunities, there is some evidence that low skilled immigrants may benefit most from the living in enclaves. And also, Borders and Associate claims that ethnic enclaves is the best option for immigrants which they are lack of competitive skills. They cannot jump right away into the host country labor market freely because they will end up in secondary market. But ethnic enclaves consisting of business entities with both employers and employee from the same immigrants' ethnicity allow enclave workers to share with those in the primary sectors a significant economic returns to past human capital investment. So by living in the ethnic enclave, they have a huge opportunity to jump into the labor market. That are the few reasons and my arguments for the opening arguments for me as the opening government and the prime ministers. And to the next speech will be delivered by my partner Eliezer Elbert as the deputy prime minister. Thank you.
Good morning. According to NBC News, they conduct a survey asking for would you say that racism in American society and politics 1. Remains a major problem, 2. Exists today but is not a major problem, 3. Once existed but no longer exists, never been, and 4. Never been a major problem. From 6,518 adults that participate to this survey, 64% said remains a major problem, and 30% said exists today but is not a major problem. 3% once existed but no longer exists, and 1% never been a major problem. This survey shows that American people aware of this problem, that racism is still a major problem. This survey relates to today's motion that this House, as a first-generation immigrant parent of color in a predominantly white country, would choose to live and raise children in an ethnic enclave. I have 2 points to deliver in my speech. First is why the people needs or the parents choose to live and raise children in an ethnic enclave, and 2. What they get from living and raising children in an ethnic enclave. First, move to the first point of my speech. The parents who choose to live and raise children in an ethnic enclave is because they do not have ability or they do not have a knowledge about a country that they came. They will need a guidance to survive in that country. So they will find an ethnic enclave that relate to his skin maybe or his race. What they can get from living and raising children in an ethnic enclave. First is community guidance. Since the people who brought their children to move to another country, their children must have low ability to speak in foreign language. So to help the children to get confident to speak or to feel comfortable when they move, they will find an ethnic enclave, because in an ethnic enclave they get a sense of belonging to their home country. It feels the same, the environment, the surrounding, the people will look the same in their home country. It makes them comfortable. In case of work, maybe they will have help to get a new job that may compatible with their skills in that, with their parents' skills in that ethnical enclave. That is the first reason, the community guidance. It helps them to feel safe and helps them to feel comfortable and to have a sense of belonging. The fourth point is that they will feel safe from discrimination in public places. In America, most of the discriminations problem or hate crimes happens in a public place, such as restaurants and coffee shop. In 2018, in America, in a coffee shop, they found that the barista, the worker in that coffee shop, mocked 3 African people who drinks coffee in that place. This shows that the people still discriminate another people by the color of his skin. That barista said that you are a black guy, you are a crime, you are a criminal. Sorry, you are a criminal. So they call the police and they get the black people get arrested. But afterward, the coffee shop itself get banned because of the discrimination that happened in that place. By raising and living children in an ethnic enclave, it helps them to have feel safe, feel comfortable from discrimination that happen. It shows a story from peacecorps.gov by Alicia Nyen that they moved the Alicia Nyen family moved to US from Burma in 1990s. They said that she was just 6 years old. When she got to school in America, she got made fun by her friend because of her English. So but she still have feel comfortable. She still have a confidence when she get home. When she meet with surrounding at her home, so they will feel safe. So to conclude, the opening government, I said that we strongly believe, as a first generation immigrant parent of color in predominantly white country, would choose to live and raise children in an ethnic enclave because, first, the living cost will be lower. 2, they will get a sense of belonging to their home country, which makes them comfortable. The third is the community guidance that they can get from the ethnic enclave. The fourth and the last is they can feel safe from discrimination in public places that they got at the job or at the study. Thank you.